Rimuru X One Piece. By ELIT 3532. Dirt Pov. We are actually in a small village in East Blue. The village was small, but the atmosphere was friendly. We can see in a bar restaurant, a kid with black hair and a pirate crew. They were drinking and enjoying like no tomorrow. Shanks. Hahaha. Luffy, you are still a little kid. Hahaha. Luffy. Shut up, Shanks. I am already big. They were laughing after a small joke about the little boy. Suddenly the door opened violently, making the place quiet. Bandit Chief. Oh, so these are the so-called pirates, look like idiots to me. The man was a mountain bandit. He ignored the glare of some pirates and went to the bar. Bandit Chief. We are bandits. Well, we're not here to destroy your bar, so give 10 barrels of sake. Makino. Sorry, but we are out of stock. Bandit Chief. Ah, where does the sake go? The tension raised a little as the bandits glared at the pirates. Makino. Well, this gentleman came here first, you see. Shanks. Well, sorry, but it seems we already drank all the sake. I still have this bottle though. Shanks held the bottle with a smile and handed it. But immediately, the bandit chief took the bottle and broke it on the red-haired pirate's head, making the sake flow over his face. Bandit Chief. I am a man wanted for 8 million berries. One bottle is not enough, so stop taking me lightly. After a moment of intense silence. Shanks. Wah, the floor is all wet now. Makino-san, do you have a mop? Makino, ah yes, right away. Still in shock, she went into the back to search for a mop. At this moment, the bandit took out his sword, but before he could do anything, someone else entered the bar. Rimuru. Ah, it's so lively here. All eyes turned to the newcomer. He had short blue hair slicked to the side with a mask covering his face. He was wearing a jet black uniform with a hint of gold. Bandit 1. And who are you? Rimuru. Oh me, I'm just a traveler. I was wondering if you still have some sake. He looked at the girl behind the bar. Makino. Ah sorry mister, but we are out of stock. Rimuru. I see. His voice was slightly disappointed, but he then landed his eyes on the broken bottle and a red-haired man cleaning the floor. Rimuru. Then can I have this bottle? Makino. Sure. She was confused but still accepted without knowing what he was talking about. Rimuru Pov. Hi. My name is Rimuru Tempest, as you already know. After many wars and battles, I achieved my goal, a peaceful world where humans and monsters can coexist. Worlds. After millennia, I got particularly bored and took a century of vacation. My subordinates were hesitant but eventually accepted and let me go alone. I then asked Seal for a good adventure, and here I am, in this bar where bandits and pirates were arguing. Rimuru. But still you bandits should not cause too much problem. I said while walking toward the red-haired pirate is pretty interesting. Bandit Chief. Ah, who the fuck are you to talk to me like that? I sighed and ignored him. Rimuru. You can stop cleaning. Shanks. But it's not good to let the floor dirty. He smiled and looked at me. Rimuru. Don't worry. I flicked my finger and used Yog Sotha and returned the time of the bottle. This shocked everyone as they saw something they never saw. Shanks. What the? It's so cool. Rimuru. I know. I smiled and sat down on a chair while opening the sake. Rimuru. Want to share? Shanks. Ah sure. We ignored the bandits who were fuming in anger. Rimuru. Do you want to? I asked the bandit chief who glared at me. Bandit Chief. You weakling. He took out his sword and slashed at my head. Time stopped as everyone tensed up. I could see some pirates ready to intervene, so pirates are not all bad. I thought and sent him out of the bar. Bandit Chief. Art. Rimuru. You should go too. I said to the remaining bandits who were frozen so weak. I guess I can't expect a strong opponent here. I smiled and then ran away. Rimuru. Miss, can I have an apple juice, please? Makino. Ah yes, right away. Shanks Pov. I can't stop laughing. Who is he? I should be on guard, but this guy doesn't have this bad guy or... Shanks. Beside this, my name is Shanks. I held my hand and he immediately shook it. Rimuru Tempest. We sat down and started to drink. Wait, where is Luffy? I looked beside me and he was staring at Rimuru with a spark in his eyes. Luffy? Are you? Rimuru. Yes, kiddo. Now that I think, he still hasn't taken off his mask. Luffy. Hey, I am not a kid. Rimuru. Oh, but you are one. Luffy. Shut up. My punch is as strong as a pistol bullet. I couldn't help but laugh. This kid is still too young. Shanks. Hahaha. A pistol. Luffy. Shut up, Shanks. Rimuru. My, what a lively kid. Luffy. I said I am not a kid. I silently ordered an orange juice and put it beside me. While he was arguing with Rimuru. Shanks. Here Luffy, orange juice. Luffy. Ah thank you. He sat down and started to drink. Shanks. Wahahaha. See, you are a kid. Luffy. It's not fair. Rimuru Pov. As they continued to mock the kid, I couldn't help but let out a chuckle. This drink is not bad, and the vibe is good too. I am not treated like a god, more like someone normal. I got lost in my thoughts, but at the same time, I saw Luffy opening a treasure chest where a weird fruit were. Rimuru, what is that? Seal, it's a devil master, a fruit that gives supernatural power to its owner, but has to lose the ability to swim. Rimuru, interesting, should I stop the kid? Seal, no, it's good, this kid will need this fruit. Rimuru, stop, no spoil please. She sighed and turned off the communication, so she found this world interesting, huh? Dirt Pov. Just like that time passed, Luffy ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and Rimuru stayed with the pirates and played with Luffy. Days pass, but this peace was disturbed. Luffy? Thanks. Luffy was being held on the ground with a foot on his face. Earlier he defended Shanks and his crew, and now he is in a bad situation. The chief of the bandit crushing his head. Shanks. Oh? And I thought your punches were as strong as a pistol, Luffy. The bandits glared at him and started to laugh, but quickly stopped as they saw Rimuru behind him. Rimuru. You shouldn't do that to a kid, you know. Bandit chief. Shut up. You bitch. All of you attack. Obeying his order, the bandits rushed at Shanks, who just stood there smiling. Rimuru. Here. Rimuru sighed and created a shockwave by tapping the ground, sending all the bandits away, leaving their leader shocked and pissed. Bandit chief. What did you do? Rimuru. Nothing, just blew the nuisance away. Beckman. Oof, you blew them away. Yasip. Yeah, it's insane. Rimuru. It's nothing really, They were laughing at the misery of these bandits when the leader threw a smoke bomb to escape. He took Luffy with him and left for a boat. Shanks. Where did they go? Rimuru. He took the boat there. Shanks, without listening, jumped in the water and started to swim toward the direction Rimuru pointed. Rimuru. Should we follow him? Luckier. No, he will be fine. Slime nodded and sat down with all the crew waiting for the captain to come back. And after 10 minutes, he came back, but with only one arm. Rimuru, maybe I should just have helped them, but again Seal told me to not. This shocked everyone, but soon accepted it as he protected Luffy. Rimuru Pov. 3 days has passed since the incident where Shanks lost his arm. I proposed to heal him, but he weirdly rejected it, saying that it was for the new generation, so I didn't push. And now today, they know we are leaving. The crew was making the provision and preparing to leave. I walked to them with a hand on my sword. Rimuru. Oi Shanks. Shanks. Oh Rimuru. What are you doing here? Rimuru. Well, I wanted to ask if I could come with you to Grand Line. I scratched my cheek while looking at him. He gave me a surprised expression along with everyone who heard me, but suddenly took me by the arm and started to laugh. Shanks. Sure. He grinned at me joyously and went to tell his crew this world will not be too boring, I guess. I smiled and took off my mask. Rimuru. I guess it's the start of a new adventure. Oh. Hey, you're a girl. I immediately fall to the ground. No. Rimuru, I am a man. Luckier. But your face. Yasip. Yes, you can't be a boy. Rimuru. I am. Shanks. Mahaha. You are full of surprises, Rimuru. He tapped on my back and laughed happily. What a weird man. I smiled and got on the ship while glancing at Luffy. I swore to become the king of pirate. This kid has potential. Shanks then gave him his straw hat. Dirt Pov. 1 year has passed since the event in East Blue. Rimuru has been traveling with the red-haired pirate. The atmosphere was always happy and festive. After 6 months, Shanks started to train his haki, so he could compensate for his arm loss. At that time, Rimuru also met Mihik. They sparred and ultimately Rimuru won, showing a new swordsmanship, making the strongest SWORDSMAN respect him. At this moment, Rimuru was declared as the strongest swordsman. Well, this title didn't last long since his power was not mainly in his sword. He revealed that he possesses the devil fruit Paramecia of wisdom, and that his power is still mysterious even for him, which is an obvious lie. But due to this, Rimuru got his first bounty, a bounty of 79 millions of berry. After 2 more years, Shanks became emperor. His reputation grew a lot as one of the 4 strongest pirates, and Rimuru's prime eventually increased to 480 million. Some even considered him as one of Shanks' commanders. He also met Rayleigh, the Dark King, who was impressed by Rimuru's mastery of the haki. Well, due to Seal, mastering the haki was not something hard. And since Rimuru is here for a vacation, he decides to limit the usage of his true power. So he mastered this world version of haki, a supernatural power, and the only power capable of beating the devil fruit user efficiently. And lastly, as it was very difficult to determine if he was a danger to the world government, Rimuru got the attention of the all-new world. But this perfect tale is about to change. Shanks, are you sure, Rimuru? Rimuru, yes. All the crew looked at the ground sad. Rimuru was leaving them. They reached the new world 5 days ago, and our god wanted to explore by himself. He was now wearing his Demon Lord outfit with a black blade sword on his wrist. Rimuru, thank you for everything, but don't worry, we will meet again. Shanks, yeah, you're right. Luckier. The sea is small. Beckman. It's not a farewell. Rimuru. Yeah, so don't worry. He turned his back and pointed his fist in the air. At this moment, Shanks saw the reflection of his former captain. It was blurry, but he could see it a little. Shanks, I guess, it's just a goodbye. Rimuru Pov. I just left my first friends in this world, they were really fun. I chuckled and jumped on a small spare boat they had. Rimuru. Seal uses water manipulation, so we can go faster. Seal, understood. And just like that, I started my new adventure. Rimuru. Any idea where we go? Seal, I suggest to visit one of the other emperors. Rimuru. That's a good idea. I heard from Shanks and some rumors that Kaido is the strongest beast in this world. Well, Seal told me that he is similar to Carrion. Weaker thought. Seal, so we will go to the land of Samurai Wanakuni. I nodded and laid on the boat. It will be fun. On the road, I got attacked by many different things. It could go to marine, sea monsters, or even other pirates. Well, there was no real threat, so I quickly finished them with my new sword. I forgot, this sword is not the sword of Tempest. It's a new sword created in this world as my sword of Tempest would destroy this universe 5 months ago. I unconsciously destroyed reality. Recreating the world was not an easy task, even more when Seal didn't want to help. Returning to the business, this sword is what they call a great sword. I successfully covered the blade with hockey, making this sword unique, but it's still far from being one of the supreme grade swords like Mihik. I also wish to make this new partner stronger at Wano, since it's the land of samurai. And 3 weeks later, I reached the frontier of the land of samurai. Rimuru. Wow, the weather is a mess here. Seal, Master should just teleport in for. Rimuru. No, it's good. It's fun. I heard Seal sigh, but I ignored it. I can't die after all. Dirt Pov. And after a small fight against the weather, Rimuru got in the land of samurai. He didn't pay too much attention at the misery of the population, since he was already used to. But it still made him a little angry as a ruler. He knew that this land was not well ruled, and their daimyo was not a good person. As for now, he is walking on an island beside the mainland. It's an island ruled by pirates and the headquarters of the beast pirate. Seeing the intruders, many beast pirates went to arrest him, but in the end, they were too weak. And actually, Rimuru is playing with the right arm of the emperor. Rimuru. Is this all you got? King. Shut up. King took his sword and made a strong vertical slash toward the god. As for Rimuru, he just kicked the side of the blade, shattering it in pieces, leaving everyone shocked. Rimuru. You're annoying, I just want to meet Kaido. King. Kaido-san don't have time to lose with you. Rimuru. Oh. Rimuru decided to play a little more with the power of this world. The strongest power of this world that anyone with a good will can achieve is the haki. During these 3 years, he learned from the best, with Shanks and the old man Rayleigh. But the best teacher was Seal, who already analyzed and created the extra skill haki. It was the weaker version of Rimuru's Demon Lord's ambition. With that, he sent a wave of conqueror haki, knocking everyone out besides King. King. You monster. Rimuru. I guess I am, but it's only natural for a monster to meet a beast, right? King clicked his tongue but was interrupted as a big thing landed just beside them. Kaido. Roro. So you are the intruder. Rimuru. Oh ho. And you are a big guy, aren't you? Kaido was in his human form, a beast making 10 times the size of Rimuru. They glared at each other with a slight smirk. At this moment the two armed their respective weapon with haki, and clashed with each other, destroying the area before the two could even touch each other. It was a death battle. 3 hours later. Rimuru, ha 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 ha. Kaido, Roro. The two were drinking sake and laughing happily like nothing happened. King, how the hell? Their fight was a violent wave of haki everywhere. But in the end, Kaido was far too weak for Rimuru, so he played with him. As for Kaido, he was fighting for his life, couldn't even touch him, he tanked all these painful punches. But after Rimuru used an imaginary punch, he knocked Kaido down. After they spoke a little and started to understand each other at least a little. Kaido wants a strong opponent, and Rimuru wants to have fun. As for King, he could only watch with shock and a bit of admiration. Kaido Pov. This boy is strong. I haven't got hurt this much in years. He didn't even use this sword. And besides, he can drink. Roro. Kaido. So where do you come from, Rimuru? Rimuru. I came into the new world with Shanks and decided to visit the strongest beast. He is strong for sure. If I have to say, he is at the level of this guy. A small image popped into my head, the 4 guys at the top of the world. Roxy Zebek, Goldie Roger, Odin Kazuki, and Edward Newgate. He is probably at their level already. No one can hit me this hard beside them. I will surely remember his name. As for his face, well, he wears this weird mask. Not like I care. I only want a strong opponent to stop this boring life. Rimuru. So Kaido, why is Wano like this? Kaido. I don't care about this land. It's true, I only own this land because of Odin. Just thinking about it makes me enraged. Rimuru. You know the daimyo, right? Kaido. Yes, he is just a weakling. Rimuru. I see, hahaha. We started to laugh again. Rimuru. Besides, can I have your permission to explore freely? Kaido. Do as you want. I shruggle off and get up. Kaido. Just don't go on a rampage and disturb me. Rimuru. Don't worry, hahaha. Rimuru Pov. Kaido just left me here. This guy honestly is an asshole. But I can somehow understand him. Pirates are not kind people, and judging from their background, power is everything. But when you are too strong, you search for something entertaining. I can understand this feeling. Rimuru. I guess I just walk around. As I was about to leave, I sensed someone behind a rock. Trouble is coming. Rimuru. Come out. Hesitantly, a small guy with a mask come out. Wait, I know this feeling. She's a girl. And she is even wearing a mask. Is she my long-lost daughter? Rimuru. Who are you, little girl? I could feel her eyes whiten as she took off her mask. Yamato, my name is Yamato, Kaido's son. Rimuru. Oh, so you played the boy. Yumoto. No, not like that. I chuckled and took her in my arms. Rimuru. So little boy, what do you want? Yamato. I want to know how you punch father. Rimuru. I see. I smiled and put her on my shoulder. Rimuru. Then, can you guide me around? I'll teach you later. Yamato. Alright. She smiled brightly as excitement could be heard. But why is she chained and has many bruises on her body? I already have a small idea. It's sad, honestly. We first went to the coast of the island with a beautiful view of the sea. Rimuru. Say, Yamato, why are you chained? Yamato. Well, father put them. Rimuru. Do you know why? Yamato. So I can be strong. Rimuru. I see. It's sad that a child like her has a father like that. No child has to live through hell just to be strong. Yamato, can you train me now? Rimuru. Yes, sure, but before that, what is your purpose? Yamato. Purpose. Rimuru. I mean goal. What do you want to achieve? She looked down a few seconds before smiling brightly. Yamato. I want to be like Oden Kazuki and travel freely around the world. Rimuru. I see. I smiled and sent a punch toward her. She was taken aback and crashed into a tree behind. Yamato Pov. Ouch, it hurt. I didn't even see it coming. Yamato, why did you do that? Rimuru. I am training you. He looked confused but soon after appeared in front of me again fast. I tried to dodge, but only to receive a kick in the stomach. Yamato, it hurt. Rimuru. And you thought you could become strong without getting hurt. This kicked something in me. Yes, I can't back down now. I get up and rush at him. I am going to be strong and beat father one day. Rimuru. You are still too slow and don't have any form in your fighting style. He sent a barrage of punches making me fall to my knee. He is too fast. Rimuru. But those eyes, as long you are determined you can achieve anything. I looked at him with determination as another punch was sent. I have to move. I rolled to my right dodging his punch and crashed into the ground, making a small crater. I am going to die. Rimuru, so get up. I grimaced and stood up with my legs shaking. I can feel her gaze pierce me through her mask. It sent a chill down my spine. Yamato. I'm going to be stronger. Ah. I took a metal ride beside me and ran toward him. At this moment, I felt something in me. I don't know what is it, but it gave me power. Yamato, Raime Haki. Rimuru. This is a good kid. His arm was covered with haki, the same he used against father, and it clashed with the metal rod. The next thing I saw was myself on the ground with Mr. looking down on me. Rimuru Pov. This kid is good. She has the determination to achieve her dream. This is a fact. I am going to train her. Her potential is great. She is still young, but already a young adult, but already awakened her haki. It's a shame if Kaido trained and educated her correctly, she would be a powerhouse now. I lifted her unconscious body and went toward Kaido. Mistreated or not, she is still his son. Rimuru, oi Kaido. Kaido, Rimuru. Rimuru. Yeah, I just came here to say I will train your son. Kaido, do as you please. He didn't even spare a glance at her. Huh. I nodded and left. I should teach her the basics of the haki and some combat techniques. Rimuru. It has been a while since I have been a teacher, huh? Pov. And just like that, 1.5 years has passed. Rimuru spent almost all his time training Yamato while sometimes sparring with Kaido. He explored the entire land of Wano and also punched hard to Daimyo Rachi. He also met the little Hiyori but didn't do anything since Seal told him a part of the future. Flashback to 6 months ago. Rimuru was walking around in the capital of flowers. He just visited the daimyo who pissed him off, leading him to lose some teeth. The slime then left and decided to just walk around. Rimuru. If it was not for Seal, I would have killed him. Seal, don't worry master, someone more worthy will take care of this trash. Rimuru, if you say so. Suddenly someone bumped into him from behind. Since there was no ill intent, he didn't dodge, but to his surprise, it was a little human girl who was running away from 3 men. Rimuru, who are you, little girl? Hiyori. So sorry mister, but I have to go. She looked up at him with worry and quickly apologized. But before she could run away, Rimuru grabbed her shoulder and put her closer. Hiyori, eh? She panicked and closed her eyes thinking that it was the end, but what happened next surprised her. Rimuru. Men shouldn't pursue a lady like that. Men 1. Ah, you should go away and mind your business. Men too? Yeah. They started shouting things while approaching our slime. As for Hiyori, she was surprised that someone was protecting her, but once she took a closer look, she understood. Rimuru clothes were something you couldn't find in Wano, so this stranger must come from the outside world. Hiyori Pav. I was surprised that a man protected me, but I noticed his clothes and this weird mask. He is a stranger, so what will happen if he knows about me and my situation? I got a little startled as he unsheathed his sword. What I never saw something like that. The sword form seems normal even if the blade is black, but if you look closely there is a weird aura around. It's menacing but at the same time calm and controlled. Men 3, so you won't move, then die. I wanted to tell this man to run, but the next moment, my 3 pursuing fell on the ground unconscious. What happens? Rimuru, too weak. I looked at the man amazed, then at his blade where a faint tint of blood could be seen. He was too fast. And his swordsmanship is great. And maybe I could get him to help us. Rimuru. So little lady, what will you do now? Hiyori, so sorry. I got off of his arm and blushed a little. Rimuru. We should go somewhere else. He said while looking around. We attracted some attention. This is bad. Rimuru, don't worry, everything will be fine. He patted my head and I could feel a smile on his face. It's so warm. Rimuru. Then should we go? Hiyori, why yes, back. Without waiting me to finish, he lifted me in the air and started to leave the capital. Wow, it's like flying. Hiyori. The view is beautiful. Rimuru. You are partially right. His voice sounded sad as I looked in front of me. So this is what he means. In front of us, we could see the wasted and abandoned land. All there is poor and misery, something unacceptable. Rimuru, don't worry, one day these lands will return to their original beauty. Hiyori. Yes, I will dedicate my life to making it a reality. Rimuru, then it's good. I nodded and we landed on a deserted place, more precisely a forest jungle. I think this is where Mr. Tengayama lives. He is the one who has his father's sword and keeps it until his brother comes back. It's in a few years if we follow the prophecy. Rimuru. So you're the daughter of Oden Kazuki, the past daimyo. My eyes widened in shock. How did he know? Rimuru, don't worry, I heard it from someone, and I can confidently say that I am not your enemy. Hiyori, I see. I stuttered a little and sat on a rock. Pav. After that, the two talked a little. And after some days, Hiyori started to trust him, but she still kept his identity secret. Rimuru also sneakily took Hiyori to Onigashima and presented her to Yamato. The two become friends as Rimuru trained them. Hiyori, being still too young and not having the best constitution for hockey, learned some sword technique while Yamato continued her usual training. Flashback end. During his free time, Rimuru also navigated with Jack on the new world, making the Marine aware of him. A man who has connections with 2 emperors. Seeing this, Rimuru bounty only grew and reached the 840 million berry and the title of Rising Star. The rookie who goes around Yonko. And now he is standing on a boat beside him King, Queen, and Yamato, who had grown a little. Yamato. You are leaving. Rimuru. I wanted to leave in 6 months, but I took a liking to you. She blushed and looked away. King. Then Rimuru-san, good luck. Rimuru. Thanks King, you should look for Kaido and stop his meanie of drinking. King. Yes. After our fight, he was wary of our god, but soon became somehow friend. Rimuru trained him a little but nothing more. One sure for sure is King respect Rimuru for his strength, but also his personality. Queen, good luck Rimuru-san. Rimuru. Yeah, and don't be sad, we will sing together. Queen. Oh yeah. We'll sing again. The two happened to sing together and eventually became friends. Rimuru. Yeah. He smiled and jumped on a small boat. Rimuru, and Yamato, continue your training and one day you'll achieve your dream. Yamato. Hi sensei. Her eyes were as bright as when Rimuru took her. She became more mature in these single years and has found a new type of determination. The one who evolved the more was her for sure. Rimuru. It was fun really. Seal. Yes master. But before he can leave, someone else comes. It is the same little girl Rimuru took care of for 6 months. Rimuru. Oh Hiyori. What are you doing here? Hiyori. Well, saying goodbye to you. Rimuru smiled and went to pat her head. One thing no one knew is that Hiyori started to develop a new type of feeling. It was not love, but more like fatherly love. Seeing how kind he was, unconsciously Rimuru became the father figure of Rimuru, but like a real father. Rimuru, I see, don't be sad again. Hiyori. He smiled one last time to say. Rimuru. Well, let's go to our next destination.